The turtles that we're releasing today have been recovered out away from the shore in the Gulf, and they were moderately to heavily oiled. They have been de-oiled and put in rehabilitation. We know they're healthy. They've been feeding quite well. We're releasing them from here on Cedar Key because this is the type of habitat that's appropriate for Kemps Ridleys of this age. We know that there was not oil in this area. It's prime habitat for them, and we feel confident that they will be able to thrive and flourish right off the coast here.
I think it's important. I think it's important that people understand that we're on our road to recovery. This is a natural resource that's very important to the Gulf and the East Coast of the United States. It's a natural heritage that we all share. But I do think it's emblematic of our ability to move forward and start to recover. And I think it's really important that folks understand that these natural resources are important to us and they're national treasures. And today to take a little bit of time to observe this, to celebrate it, and to look forward, I think is very appropriate.
Kemps Ridleys are one of the 5 endangered species of sea turtles that live in the Gulf. This one has been particularly hard hit by the oil. And so it really is a major success to have been able to capture turtles that were seriously oiled, have them return to health, and be able to release them. It really is emblematic of the beginning of recovery. This is the first release of Kemps Ridley turtles, or any turtles, that have been captured at sea and were seriously oiled, rehabbed, and now released. So this is the first.
The seafood that's coming out of the Gulf right now that's tested under the protocols developed by NOAA and the FDA in the States is the most tested seafood probably in the world. Seafood coming out of the Gulf that's gone through this testing process is safe to eat. There shouldn't be any doubts about that. There's a very strict process we go through where we make sure that the area where the seafood has come from hasn't been boiled in a long period of time. It goes through 2 different tests, a sensory test and a lab test, to make sure it's safe to eat. Gulf seafood tested is safe to eat.
The first line of defense in protecting seafood safety has been fishery closures. And where there was oil present, or we expected oil to be present, we closed areas in federal waters, and the states closed areas to fishing in state waters. So if they were never closed, which was the case here, then there was never any concern, there was never any oil present or oil expected to be. Nonetheless, out of an abundance of caution, we have and will continue to test for seafood coming out of the Gulf. NOAA does that in federal waters, the FDA and the states do that in state waters. And our message to consumers is the seafood that is available to buy or to eat in restaurants that's coming from the Gulf is safe.
And I've been involved in fisheries conservation enforcement, things like turtle excluder programs for the shrimpers and so forth. This has been a lifelong, work for not only me but everybody in the Coast Guard and the country as well. So this is going to be a great day. It is, and these turtles we're releasing today were actually caught offshore and were heavily oiled, and they had to be de-oiled and then basically rehabilitated and get back to their normal feeding patterns and so forth. And this is a very pristine environment to release these turtles. They were really great to be here in Cedar Key. This is a natural habitat for these turtles, and just an honor to be here with Jim Lubchenco and be able to do this.
Did you give them names?
Oh my.
No, man, we did not. They have numbers.
Pull one out now.
Just to keep them all organized.
Become personally involved?
Well, it's more just, we give them numbers because everyone in the coordination effort has to know the numbers, so it makes it easier to track.